That's crazy.
You did something that I think every YouTuber is like really, really jealous of, and that's one, the Freedom Factory, and you're able to host these events. Like, we always sit down and we're like, man, how could we like recreate something that makes sense for us, or like host an event, or like, you know, put on something that'd be so cool to like bring the fans together, and it makes sense because it's like fits our style. And I don't know if you could ever recreate something as good as you've got, dude. And then you have the fucking pay-per-views, dude. As soon as I found out you were pay-per-viewing it too, I was like, God damn, dude.
I want to say
cash.
I want to say one more thing about that too. So that was like Greg Godfrey, who's also Mormon, who's from Utah. He was when we were sitting in a yurt in the middle of nowhere, and he's telling us, he's like, you guys got to do live events. You know, when we did live events, we crushed it. And I'm like, what does that even look like for us? Like, what are we going to do?
Yeah, we were like, dude, we're
going to entertain people?
Like, I don't know how.
And all while that was happening, you're doing it under our feet, and you're just doing it. It's incredible.
You little weasel.
Yeah.
We were totally going to do that.
I thought you guys were going to do it, so I was like,
I got to get that done.
It's a top shelf operation, though, too. When you go down there, it is so dialed in.
But even before that, like Cleetus and Cars was like really cool. Indy.
Makes me happy to hear that you guys see it that way.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to suck your guys' dick right now. You know, if that's what it seems like.
I got like 4 layers. You got.
No,
I'm just about. I'm leaving.
No, I'm just giving you guys your flowers.
I was promised some fellatio.
Yeah. No,
I'd love to help you
I think you guys are
live,
just killing it.
But well, you did offer out the like you mentioned the pay per view.
Boys live
I have that.
I would love that.
Yeah,
honestly, C-Boys, you guys have a unique opportunity right now to fill in the Nitro Circus gap.
Nitro's just Evan just jumping something really far. Like,
it doesn't have to be crazy though. Nitro already did everything crazy that could ever be done.
Go there.
You need to do something unique and relatable.
Right.
Yeah. It has to be something that, dude, freaking chainsaw races, something like that, semi-truck
do
races.
some brainstorming.
Like you can put together something that keep it as generic as possible so that everybody can participate, like those Spartan races and stuff like that. Putting on an event is so much harder than anybody could ever imagine.
Glad you know that.
Logistically, it is an absolute freaking nightmare. And the fact that you just do it back to back to back and keep pulling them off, I don't know how you do it.
It was miserable until I got the best group of guys ever to help me do it. But they can be brutal. They can be brutally hard and have very small returns sometimes.
Really?
And it's just a battle.
Why? Because the margins are just so fine, or you got to sell enough for it to make sense?
I mean, some of these track, like, you know, Bristol isn't amazing, but like that track costs a fortune to rent.
How much? Can you tell us?
I mean, I'd have to look at the last one, but I don't know if I can say, but
okay, don't say. Because
Yeah,
I'm curious too. Like I've always wondered, like, man, what
is it like?
What's it cost to like rent?
Is it like new F-150 or is it like new like diesel Jetta?
Oh no!
You know, diesel Jetta's like 14 grand.
It's like a decent helicopter.
Yeah,
decent helicopter.
Yeah,
like a Robinson.
It's a decent helicopter.
Well, I don't think a Robinson's a decent one for one.
I'll leave it at a decent helicopter.
My goodness.
Well, that's a couple.
But they're also opening up a world-class facility with a name like Bristol.
Exactly.
So there's a reason you pay for it.
You know, I've never been there and never done anything about it, but I'm like, God, damn, Bristol. I know the name.
We're in Bristol, baby.
Yeah.
You know, like that has pull to it. So that's why it's expensive.
100%.
But you know what's cool is having the Freedom Factory has solidified, like that carries a name now, dude. People like would dream to be able to drive around that track.
That first video that came out.
Oh my goodness!
And the thumbnail where you're in the helicopter, it's like in the back. God dang.
Yeah, that's been a crazy deal. And now it's like it's just like set up and operational. There's actually an event going on right now.
Oh wow!
What? What's going on?
There's a race going on tonight.
Were they racing lawnmowers or what?
They're just doing like some circle track racing, Crown Vic stuff. But they had a Cars and Coffee this morning. It's just like that's how
you got a well-oiled machine down there just working.
It's wild, dude.
I don't know if this is a true stat at all, but I feel like you brought back racing.
People say that to me, and like I don't feel like it brought it back because it never went away. But I feel like we allowed a fresh new take to be kind of like opened up and seen by a lot of people like that. Racing, I don't know. It did have a kind of a dark look. Like we'll
say it.
I'm not saying
you brought back racing.
Definitely not.
We'll say it for you, dude.
Definitely not.
We got you
From me. I I just wanted to show people how fun it is, and like it purely happened just because I was having so much fun.
You made it super relatable.
Street.
Anybody can go buy a $2,000 Crown Vic.
I honestly have more fun in a Crown Vic than like almost anything. I love Crown Vics.
I'll tell you what, my smart car, I love that thing. I drive that thing. It's just
You
like
love a smart car.
That's the thing. Is
Smart cars rip.
I got like I got a lot of cool cars. You know, like I drive around like a smart car, and like I got a black and white Chevy Tahoe I bought for $1,100. It was an old police car. I drive that all around town.
How annoying is the transmission on the smart cars, though?
Dude, they're the
They're
Is
worst
that
fucking
the worst?
thing ever.
I know.
I banged mine off
clutch
a
is
rock.
so slow.
Dude, Brian Scotto has a great line that driving a slow car fast is more fun than driving a fast car.
1000%.
At all.
Because like when you're driving a smart car, your balls to walls. You feel like a race car.
Yeah.
You're Mario Andretti, 42 miles an hour.
Yeah, you're not going to
you're
jail
still
like
under
you
the
would be
speed
in the
limit.
Hellcat.
No, then I get in my Hellcat. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
Hey, what? 160? That's weird.
I have a lot of cars that just I ruined because they're so fast.
Isn't it? That's the problem with them, right? Because this is the thing I run into in all my Hellcats. I'm like, all right, let's put on E90. All right, put big injectors in it. All right, let's do this. Let's do that. Pull out the intercooler. Do this. Ice tank. Then I'm like, well, I can't go to McDonald's anymore.